came inside, designed what you call it a cell, like a small rooms inside the mountain. If you get inside, please, sir, it's like 2 rooms, a bit big, a bit here with Abuna. You can have a look. This is a bit tall, bit big, little bit. Connected with this narrow one.
Yes.
This is for hosting people, to meet people through. And this one for himself with God.
Oh.
Have a look up there. We are under the floor all that height.
Yes.
So this is the surface of the floor. So we are inside a cave and mountain. This is the wall of the mountain, which he made it to be kind of like decorated or to be a style of life to live through. So he used this cell, only this area, and that one to live by the whole wallet. So he left the whole wallet to be inside this cave, and he was a designer of what we call it a cell. So this is why we call Amba Bishoi is the base of the monastic order, because he is the one who designed this kind of cell to be like a place for adoration to God, for someone to live by God with himself alone in this area. And we got
And he was sleeping.
Was sleeping
Also in this, and the ceiling was maybe that high.
The same.
Original. So it was up to the. So it was very, 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 very high.
It's the same one, like this. He's taken light and air from this hole.
Oh yes, I see.
And we received a story, nice one, telling that Amba Bishoi, he was a man of prayer. So to keep himself praying all the time, he put like a rope around his head and hanging this rope up there to this cell, to this hole. If he fallen asleep, the rope pulling him back to keep him awake to continue prayer. He lived here almost like 100 years in this valley, and around him like 5,000 people from all over the world came through to live with him, especially those Syriac people who was the base for building up the monastery.
Yes.
Where there is no monasteries at that time. In the 4th century, this is a recent photo for Amba Bishoi. And we call him the beloved person to Jesus Christ, because he has a system that everybody walking in the desert after the sunset, he should be welcomed and given him a kind of like hosting.
It was a desert
area
completely.
Totally is desert. Nothing on this.
Because now I see that there is agricultural production here in the neighborhood.
Well, it's totally different, the situation when Amba Bishoi started the life on the 4th century. Everything is like sand, caves, and mountain. So he washed up this man to hosting him, and while he's washing his foot, he notices that the cross, and he understands this is Jesus. So he took kind of smile of him at that time, and Jesus disappeared again. Everybody with Amba Bishoi came around and telling, well, what we can take in the blessing from this water, because Jesus was here and I washed his foot through. So he said to him, to them, this is Jesus, and I touched his body and taken the blessing from them. But everybody said, why you, not us? We are living the same situation. So he called him again. Jesus given him an appointment with time and place to see his disciples. And this time was in a mountain 6 kilometers far away from here. So everybody was walking to this mountain at that time to see Jesus. And while then, there is another man in the desert asking everyone, can you take me with you to see Jesus? He said, come on, I can take myself. The other one, the third one, the fourth one. And until the last one coming was Amba Bishoi, was an old man at the time. So he asked him, can you take me to see Jesus? He said to him, well, I'm old and you are aged as well. If we can go together, that's fine. If we cannot, also will be fine. So he put him on his shoulder and start walking with this man. He put this man and holding his hand to his foot around this in order to not be falling down. While he's walking, just 2 steps, he felt like the weight changing. So he looked up, saw the same smile, and looked down, takes the same nails of the cross, So he deserved to see Jesus twice. But none of his disciples have such a kind of like right to see him. So this is, we call him in the Coptic Church history that the beloved person to Jesus Christ. Amba Bishoi was the one who founded out this place. And with Amba Bishoi at the time, number of like monks came over to be living with him using this